CrSquared.
CrSquared.
Intro.
Welcome, guys, to the newest podcast that Robin, Casper, and Ronaldo has put together for you guys. We are going to be here to entertain, have fun, and have good conversation, and we are going to kick it off. This is our introductory episode. It's going to be called the CrSquared podcast. That's Casper, Robin, Ronaldo, and we are just going to talk about life. Basically, we're going to come with some very interesting topics, some controversial topics, some...
We are trying to get cancelled.
And, we're still going to be keeping up our little back and forth, even when we're trying to introduce the episodes, we're just going to have our interjections.
My humblest
I am
of
here
apologies.
with Mr. Interjection himself, Robin. You can go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Wow, such strength, but I will go ahead and introduce myself. So, hey guys, my name is Robin, as Ronaldo has introduced me before. So, this is our introductory episode. What I have to say is that it is called CrSquared. No, that is not a mathematics problem. It's just Casper, Robin, and Ronaldo. The R is squared because it's two R's.
Whoa,
Yes, there you
hold
go.
on. I am so sorry, but didn't Ronaldo just say that?
He
And
did
because
what I wanted to clarify.
But the man say exactly what he says because he interrupting
Yes.
the man in.
No, but he didn't. He didn't say.
Alright. My also
Yes.
humblest apologies. Continue.
Yes, and
I'll
as
accept
we...
this once.
Okay, going on to this Mr. Second Introductor, Casper. You can go ahead and introduce yourself,
Well, it is my job, and I feel no shame, and I will continue to feel no shame. So people, big up on us. First of all, big up on yourself. My name is Casper. I think later on in the podcast, I can get into how I actually got that name. It's a pretty hilarious story, but
Yeah.
pretty much.
I guess I can talk about that.
Not today. Don't give the people an idea. But anyways, we just want to thank everybody for coming with us on this journey. If it is that you're coming with us from a taller time, pick up yourself. Welcome back. For those of you who are now just joining us, in this new realm, in this new space, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the journey, and I hope you stick around and help you get to the level that we're trying to get to. Boom.
All right, over to you, Robin.
Well said. Oh, back to me. Oh my God, I'm caught off guard. But I guess I'm Adele. I'm sorry, Hadel. Who is this Hadel person? So Casper. So Casper basically made mention of maybe we can describe how each of us got our names
I
because
never said that.
In a
Yes, you
future
did.
episode.
Right?
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that now.
But I think what we were going to talk about, Robin, is, Casper said something very interesting, and, I did promise controversial topics. So we heard, and I think it's something very popular. Today is March 18, 2022. And I just heard that a very popular dancer artist from Jamaica has been sued for a grand sum of 1 billion Jamaican dollars. And we're going over to Hadel with the story.
Alright, so guys, to put that you see, and I say why I say he's a news reporter, but anyways, so guys, to put 1 billion Jamaican dollars into perspective, think of it as 10 million US dollars. So we're not talking a little cheap money.
No, but the thing is though, the article said that she and her record label is being sued for 10 million US dollars. So I say, alright. So I say 10 million US dollars, that seems like a lot of money. I'm gonna say, hold on. Imagine me now as a Jamaican artist having to find 10 million US dollars. Bro, that is pretty much 1 billion, 100 million, 155 million Jamaican dollars. I'm saying, where on planet Earth is Miss Shensaya going to find it?
Look at you calling the people. You're ready to get cancelled, man. The first episode don't even start going.
I feel like Shaga pay this off for the next 20 years.
You know what? I think Robin said something very interesting a minute ago, and I think we should bleep out every mention of her name just so that we aren't sued, so that she can make up the money.
Because I personally don't have that kind of money there.
Because right now,
none at all.
I believe she might want to try to get as much money as possible.
Exactly. Because the thing is, she isn't. She hasn't been. All right, a lawsuit has been filed. That's what I understand.
Exactly, but he hasn't gone through.
Yeah, you know, yeah, exactly. So, but to be, even though right now I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan, but to be honest, I wouldn't even want that happen to my worst enemy right now. You can imagine it being a Jamaican and try to find $1 billion for just give us dead dry so.
You're not giving it away, Adele. You're paying the people them for using them copyright.
We're gonna run off somewhere and go be one of them missionary people there.
But I think alright, so in terms of the article, Adele, Jesus, who's this Adele person I keep referring to? In terms of the article, Casper, so they made mention of exactly why she's getting sued for $1 billion. Is it like copyright or something?
Alright, we could climb down from the $1 billion because I feel like that putting a whole extra foot into the entire conversation. So pretty much, the song was she sang a song the other day, or they sang a song the other day.
So what is the word to speak about it?
I don't have it. No, but so a song was made the other day, and you know how sometimes artists will sample other artists' songs, so they will put like a piece of someone else's song in their intro or use it in like a chorus or a verse or something like that. So a song was sampled in this artist's current song without the permission of the original creator or singer or whatsoever. And the people would say, and people them probably sitting on them yard and say, hold on, I don't remember getting a phone call, I don't remember signing a piece of paper, and this artist seems to have a lot of money, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be flinging on this lawsuit, I have good reason to do so, and I'm gonna get my money and I'm gonna be rich. Which I think is a really good idea. I wish more make a song right, you know, as somebody sample it so we can sue them.
Whoa.
You have money for pay a lawyer?
Yeah?
You have money to pay lawyers in the first place?
I think I have lawyer going. Probably get up and say, no man, me can't win that case here, so here what? I take the money from you. I don't know if that's first I choke me around.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like it's similar to that. Them take money, but them take money like after the lawsuit win. But I guess the one thing we want like know, you know, like exactly whose song is it that was
Of course
sampled?
we know, but I ain't gonna call nobody's name.
Wow.
But
I am surprised.
I think it's all over social media, so I don't.
Of course, it's all over
social media. So how is the first man hear about this?
No, because today something.
Oh.
It's breaking news.
Breaking news.
The only breaking news me hear about today is that Jamaica is opened up. Andrew, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, has let go of everyone's shirt, so everyone can go and party and do whatever it is that they want to do.
Because I work too, they usually have a vaccination drive, but they've been told from last week said today is going to be the last day. If it is that you want the vaccine, you're going to have to go wherever the vaccine is and get it done. Nobody now going to have no drive for push nobody to get a vaccine or more, and the people are going to come back at work and sit down side by side and all of the lovely stuff. We're never have no mandatory temperature checks, because how it works at my company is that your temperature has to be checked and you have to log your name inside this big book. So if it is that you walk and 100 people they out there, you better believe so you're going to have to wait until the 100 people before you temperature get checked and your name get right down in the book. So if it is that you reach or work 10 minutes before your shift start, and when you're done, after the shift, people will say, oh, but you were late. We're going to take this money from you. We don't care that 100 persons were in front of you. You should have been the first person. You know, the people have no business. But anyway, so even at my workplace, the restrictions are live up to, which, I mean, it's good and it kind of bittersweet at the same time, because to be honest, I did not know how much I hated traveling with children my youth. First of all, the school has them on the bus.
Wait. I have a question. Are you guys still wearing masks though?
Yeah, we still wear
I think-
masks. So
Yeah, I think
I still wear
the
that.
Prime Minister said until like April 15th,
per
I think it was.
yeah, April 15th or 1st, one of the two.
Yeah.
I
around
love that
time.
for Jamaica. I really do. I really do.
We're gonna stop wearing masks from a long time, Jeremy. Masks,
Not
they still
really,
live
you know.
somewhere.
Still wearing masks. A lot of people. Well, it's not really much of a requirement, a strict requirement. But at the university that I currently attend, it is a requirement that you still have to wear masks mandatory to get onto the campus.
All right.
As far as I know, I don't know. I guess there was any bulletin that came out today that you can go around without your masks. So
Wait,
So they got the
Jermel,
people, them.
sorry, Ronaldo, which state you in?
I'm in Washington D.C.
I can't believe me just I know that. You probably see it already, but me didn't pay attention. I never did pay attention or something like that.
You said probably not paying
Casper,
attention.
it's not very surprising. at
You're
this
not
point.
shocked.
No,
You're not shocked.
Yes. So,
neither am I.
but
All
yes. Casper said something very interesting. I wanted to touch on, and it was about sitting down at home and just listening to a song and was like, oh, I can make some money because this person is sampling my song. I don't really know how the music industry works, but I'm like, that actually does sound good. Not that you're trying to get money from other people, but sitting down at home and just money just dropping in your lap, bro. That sounds like a life that I would want to live. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just upload
Alright.
all my little
Royalties
songs on
No.
YouTube and just watch somebody
Seriously,
Sound
no, but seriously,
Look at
though,
you.
real topic
Yes.
though, because I remember I was walking. I was going to play volleyball a few weeks ago, and me and two of my brethren did a walk. So basically that talk and all that. I can't remember how the conversation come about, but me that say. One of the reasons, first of all, people you see, who don't know about me, one thing would know my favorite movie of all time in the history of the world and the history of existence, that will always forever be and always forever was, is Avatar. And to be exact, it's Avatar with the blue people. No,
Right,
one of the-
exactly.
yes. So the
The
other Avatar
the
was
Avatar was trash, bro.
people.
Avatar
one?
last
Live action?
Airbender
It
was
was
The live
trash.
action. No, the live. You have to be specific. The live action. The
Yes,
series
the
is
movie.
not-
First of all, but I call
The
about
live
it. I want to buy
action,
kitchen
the
and
movie
feelings and sue me
was-
for $1 billion. So, I am saying though, before me even touch on what me I gonna say, that movie that may or not rhyme with Cravatar, the
What is a cravatar? What the heck is that?
the fast Weirlander. I'm saying that
What is even this? What is
it
happening?
was one of the worst movies of all time, and it stands
I've never
very
watched
close. It stands very close with another movie that may or may not rhyme with Krusty's Treed. So I'm not going to say anything. But anyways, my favorite movie of all time, Avatar. And one of the reasons why I actually like Avatar because yeah, they really have this society of people where they really and truly just, I do them thing, live in a peace, and I do them regular thing and all that, and a group of corrupt, crosses, careless people come from the people on the planet and want to deprive them of them good, upstanding, wholesome being. But so it did make me really think about it. Like I say, one of the things that they never have is money. So I say, say in real life, that I want being a young person actually watching that many years ago. I said whoa, it would have really nice to live somewhere without money. So my question is, you think that you could have survived or you would consider live in a society without money? Where money never exists.
Casper, that is so interesting that you brought that up because this is
It's a
something
good
that
question.
I personally sat, I don't know, probably 2 hours sitting down just thinking about
I'd love to.
our
I'd
society
love to hear your
without money.
thoughts on it.
And a few of the, I guess, glitches I came up with was just infrastructure and jobs and advancements. Alright, so many people know that there's so many jobs out there, like being a teacher. First thing, being a teacher. That's a very stressful job, and a lot of people, I would like to believe a lot of people really teach sometimes they get to a point where they teach just for the money. A lot of people want to become teachers because they love children, they love to watch children grow. But I think that there are still a few people who are there to who are just teaching for the money.
When I think a few, I think a lot. I think you have fewer people who actually love it.
Exactly. So I'm like, all right. So if you take away the money, which is like their main influence, what reason would we have, like, to have to get them to go? And what I was thinking was, all right, since as Hadel confirmed, there are people who just do it because they love it. We would have to now depend on human beings' desire to do what they really want to do, or really love to do. And I'm like, this might be a way how it works, but then I'm like, as Adele confirmed, the numbers just wouldn't match up, because you have less people, or a small amount of people are doing it because they love it, and then a majority of people doing it because, well, they need the money. And now something recently that happened was, like, in the States, they were helping people who lost their jobs because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and they were basically giving them unemployment funds. And because of that, a lot of people were like, well, I am not going to work, don't want to do anything, just stay home, live life, and just get money. So because of people like them in the world, a society without money might become people feeding off of other people. And if you understand how people work, it's always a give and take, no matter how you love something, and that will cause you to hate something you love. I'm like, society would become very archaic very quickly.
Right? It would be total
anarchy. To be honest though, German,
well, that's how the thought ended.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Robin,
go through.
Alright, so the one thing that I have to say to that is that I never feel like alright, so first of all, the way I think of money is that money is not really it's not something like tangible in one sense. But may I explain that? It's basically value. That's the whole purpose of money, with physical paper currency. Yeah. Because even if I think what you were making mention of, Casper, was just that if the money, like physical currency, was just
I mean the concept of it, because even though notes, so I don't want people to imagine it like if notes never exist, because even if notes never exist, we can get up. If notes don't exist, people can decide to say, all right,
bro, cryptocurrency is
mango is very rare, so we're gonna use mango as a currency now. So I'm just gonna say, if currency or the concept, the sheer idea of money, would you live in a society that doesn't have the sheer idea of money?
The thing is that I feel like it would just have to appear some way, somehow. Like, the thing is just that the concept of money is just having value in something. So if, for instance, we don't have any, like I said, the example with the mango. Like, if someone has a lot of mangoes, that person would be like, oh, this person is so rich, he has a lot of mangoes, and we out here don't have any. So basically, they would Ronaldo said, they would basically just want to survive or sponge off of other people, be like parasites.
Yes.
Right.
Alright, to be honest, I have thought about it, but not in the way where you and Robin actually think about it. Because for me, one of the things I actually did me think about, and the first half where anyways, that's Ronaldo did actually talk about.
Attention span of a goal.
At the R, and that's me up in my at the R. So when I think the first part where Ronaldo actually did talk about, and would you actually do your job if it is that you didn't get paid for it? Remember me to watch a highlight reel on Instagram the other day with the previous editor of Teen Vogue. She left the job now because she moved on to something else, and she said, think about the job that you're currently in now, and think about a job that you'd like to be in, or think about anything really. And do you see yourself doing a job where, if it is that some great apocalypse is supposed to happen and money were supposed to vanish, would you still do your job? And I said, alright, well, could I do that job there for free? If it is that me need to do it for free, would I do it for free? And I say, alright, could I do that for free? My current job, there is nothing on planet Earth that can make me do the current job with me I do right now for free. Not first, it just non-existent. If somebody say, Casper, yo, We need a Fukosha team here. You not get the money, I go in the sun out every day. I go work with them bad breed, crosses, keys, spit near, the mouth stink and all of that. All of them, I go through them hormones and all of that. Come teach them volleyball. You not get paid. I just volunteer service. But I say, all right.
I would do that.
I would do that for free. If somebody say, yo, come teach them little pit near geography, you know, 3 days out of the week, you know, I will just give you lunch and you're not going to get paid. You probably have to ride a bicycle from work every day. Come do that for free. I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to do that for free. So I think that I agree with what it is that you're saying in terms of we don't have a lot of persons willing to do a job or willing to participate in a beneficial aspect of society for free. But would it even lead to that? Because that in itself is a really big idea. You know? Would it even lead to that? I think, would you say money is still in place, right? You would have worked in a one company that everybody get the same pay, meaning that the vice president, the call center rep, the janitor, the CEO, everybody get the same pay. You would have worked at one company like that?
Well, yes, like as long as the amount of money that I am getting can sustain more and more lifestyle.
So when you think that's the thing now in a German, that's the thing now in a Ronaldo. When me think about it, I say, well, me would have a problem for that. If it is that somebody say, all right, you get to go give you this teaching job, you go work at this high school, but you get the same pay, the vice principal, the principal, you, the dean of discipline, the janitor, everybody get the same pay. I say, all right, that is fine. I'm not coming for the money, I'm coming for the work. But I ask all the people, and all the people said no because it's the same response across the board. There is no room for growth, and I'm saying, all right. Every time somebody
need to grow, cause everybody getting the same thing.
Grow. All right, here is.
I think everybody thinks about it financially.
Exactly, and this is where I'm like, yo, this is just how we have been taught. Always going from the entry position and work your way up. That's how we're taught. That's like we're always just we're in this mindset of this ladder system that even a hypothetical thing that we miss the whole concept of it. The whole concept of it is, would you do the job if everyone was getting the same pay? That's the whole concept of it. It is not would you do the job if you were not able to make any more money other than this amount of money. That is not the concept. That is not where our mind should be going. Our mind should be going is, would you be comfortable with the janitor and you getting the same pay on payday?
I feel like it's like a I
am comfortable with that. I am not uncomfortable with that. I am comfortable with that, like that, as long as when the janitor get paid and when I get paid, I don't have to borrow money from the janitor.
Your everybody's pay. You can live off
as long as it's a livable wage. I don't see why I should be saying I am coming here every day dealing with these miserable clients and all he has to do is wipe some floor and we're getting the same amount of money.
The thing that I have to say to that though is that even though everybody would get the same pay, it's just that it wouldn't be, really and truly, it would not be fair. Because I know even though like a lot of persons are bitter towards like CEOs or people with a lot of money, and I have like a question that I want to ask to you, like even though people are really bitter towards people who make a lot of money, you have to see it from like an outside perspective. Not an outside perspective, like an inside perspective. You have to put yourself in that person's shoes. Like a CEO, even though they don't do as much work, and like a janitor would basically would have to like wipe the floor from like around. Say you have like this gigantic building and the janitor would have to clean all those floors. You know how much work that would be compared to like a CEO would just have to go to like a meeting and say, oh yeah, this look good, that look good. But the thing is that because the CEO is in so much control, like one little bad decision from him can cost how much other people them job.
So you're saying that is really a factor. You're saying that the pay system is based on. We want to make sure I say this right. The pay system is based on the fact that if it is that you make incorrect decision, it costs. Wait, hold on. German, see if I can put it into words to me.
So I was going to say the pay system is based on your influence on the business or corporation.
Yes, I would say that. I would say definitely that's how businesses nowadays are structured.
Hold on.
Your influence.
What do you think what do you think would happen if it is that a janitor did not show up to work?
They
If
just
it is that-
replace him. I'm gonna tell you, like,
No,
Alright,
hold on.
Robin.
Let's say.
Listen to the question.
Because you are answer it as if it is that I'm asking if a janitor quits. You are simply say, yeah.
No, but
Alright.
if, as you
Say it
said,
again and
there's
I'll let you
multiple
know.
levels of that's a huge,
Yeah.
gigantic place,
Yeah.
and the janitor decides, say, me nah do that for $20.
No, exactly. Let's
Right?
say
And never
every
come
day.
that night.
Let's say, yeah.
Or the weekday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, let's say all the
What happened
janitors
to the
decide
business?
to not come work for an entire week. You think you would notice?
Without being replaced, Ryan.
Without being replaced, you think you would notice?
Well, because of the scale of it, of course it would be noticeable. Like if one janitor is missing, or if one janitor leaves, they would just be replaced like that. But if
Right.
the entire janitors, all the janitors.
No.
for the
Wait,
whole
hold on.
company
All right.
then it would be
The thing is
very
that
noticeable.
today is the 18th of March, you know. If it is that the janitor doesn't come today, nobody doesn't know that the janitor doesn't come until the next day. You can actually replace them immediately. So I'm saying that today is March 18th and all the janitors are supposed to be at work on that day. Let's say none of the janitors show up. And then the next day, say, alright, cool, we'll cuss and all of that. We'll cuss them tomorrow. And you know, when them come in. But the second day, nobody shows up. And I say, well, and what call everybody phone and nothing now go on. So everybody, you call everybody now, and everybody respond, and everybody say, all right, we're showing up to work tomorrow. The third day, nobody shows up. So you have 3 days in an entire building, none of the janitors show up.
That means
What do you think would have happened? You explain to me what would have happened. No. One day at work, somebody uses the bathroom. I'm making a finish that. Within this 3-day time period, out of the hundreds of people that work in this entire building, 3 people use the bathroom, don't flush it. The toilets can't be flushed. Somebody go down to the food court and has an upset stomach and vomits in the elevator. Somebody eats, or people eat at the food court and left them rubbish all over the place. People come into the building and all them rubbish pile up and all that. Nobody empty this garbage within a 3-day time period. What do you think happens?
Oh, this is a question directed at me.
Of course it is.
Alright, so I think you get me wrong, and I'm not saying that the position of
Ryan, before you explain
I am going
to me,
I am going
they
to
don't need to say what you're
question.
saying. You just need to
Exactly.
answer
Answer the
no. You
question
don't
and
need
then
just answer the
That's
question
how-
and then if you get into the
That
explanation.
is how. No. That is how.
Ryan, live your life.
What I'm
Alright,
saying,
alright.
yes, I will.
Take your time.
I will. It's my life. So what I'm saying is that I think you got me wrong. It's just that I'm not saying that the position is unimportant. And I know that it's very important, but obviously if like all those kind of things happening, like vomiting in the elevator, like unflushed toilets, obviously it's going to be noticeable. But what I was saying initially is just that it's unfortunate that's how the society is right now. It's just that persons who are seen as at the bottom of the food chain, they are replaceable. But persons who are in higher positions, such as CEOs who run companies and whatnot, those persons are like really hard to replace. Like you can't just take up somebody who run a company and then expect you to find somebody who can run the company exactly like that or even better. Because that's like skill, that's like specialized training. Casper, you can't just think you're gonna find that like that. But
So anybody can. But anybody can clean.
Unfortunately, yes. That's a
What?
skill that
Well,
does
Robin,
not take as much.
I just
That
want
does
to
not
say,
take
it's,
as
you
much.
make it seem as if they're like people out there on the road is like, yo, I just want somebody to just hire me to be a janitor. I just want to be a janitor. I just need to be like, if one janitor quits, there's someone out there is ready to be a janitor.
Yes, exactly.
You
Yes,
still
so
have
make it
to
sound-
search for
It's
that. Is still
not.
specialized skills. Not
Yeah.
everybody can clean.
Alright,
Not
so I get
everybody
that is
willing to clean for long hours
Exactly.
either.
More what somebody
is fair.
clean, more
That
what
is
somebody clean up vomiting on my youth, and me I said,
fair. I
Jesus
have the
Father,
stomach for that.
what?
I don't have the stomach
That's
for
it.
that.
Exactly. So, anyways,
Could I really do this?
back to you, Robin.
Alright, so what I'm just basically saying that is a very fair point, Ronaldo. But the thing is just that as a position such as a janitor, like even though it is specialized, it is not as specialized or as difficult to get someone to replace them as a CEO.
Okay.
All right.
And that is, you can agree to that.
Got that.
So that's basically what I was trying to say there.
You're right.
Alright.
Because I'm gonna tell you exactly where why it really comes across my mind. Like as you say it, like I remember watching this YouTube video. I think it was like you have this person you have this influencer on YouTube who's basically like a finance influencer. So he basically worked at this company after he graduated from college and whatnot. So he's working at this company, just grinding, trying to get all his trying to get a lot of money, and he always walked past this janitor like every single day. The guy was smiling and everything, like don't make a single thing but but because the culture of the place, like, you know, if you not work hard, you're not really say nothing. So everybody like upset or depressed or whatsoever.
Yeah.
So you have this one day him go to the job and him never see the dude, because you know it's so routine to see him walk past him and because him always a smile and everything. Him just never see the dude. And then like weeks go by, him not see the dude. 2 weeks go by, him not see the dude. Like a whole month go by, him not see the dude. And then him eventually just ask, what happened to such and such? Him say, oh, him quit. Him do like the whole environment and thing like that. So I'm saying like, and then them just have somebody else. The thing is that they did replace him, you know. They did replace the janitor dude, but him just did end up get away. So all what I was just trying to say is just that like the level, the janitors are persons at that level, like they're easily replaceable, bro. Like, and it's unfortunate because everybody is somebody, and you know everybody. We're basically people.
All right.
From somebody,
I definitely understand what you're saying now and why you said it. No, answer CrSquared question.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
exactly. Which is why, Robin, we're saying answer the question first, then go into explaining why you were saying what you were saying.
Right. Tell me
I hope you understand why CrSquared and Ronaldo decides to use this structure in operation because of the human brain. That you were saying was on your heart. You were not going to forget that, but you have forgotten what the question and the scenario was. You know. So
go ahead.
The question and the scenario was, I'm going to let Adele.
Yeah, so pretty much,
You don't remember
the janitor doesn't show.
No, I do. Okay,
The janitors don't
I
show.
did not want to toot my own horn.
Casper make
but
because
me.
we don't want to be outside.
Yes,
because it was Casper's question, so I wanted Casper to ask it, but because I'm being put on the spot, let me say exactly word for word, verbatim.
Yes, word for word. But to ensure no synonyms. I want to hear the exact word.
I'm kidding. I'm going to paraphrase. So basically, he's saying that
no, I said no.
If the janitor left, the janitorial body and all of them left for 3 days, 2 people didn't flush the toilet, 1 person vomit in the elevator, and they used the food court and left their mess all over the place, would you notice what would change in the entire business?
You don't have to make up something. Just imagine.
Yeah, just imagine you working there. You working there and going there and seeing that.
And what do you think would happen? Or that would have thrown you off? Because
remember, we're talking about the influence that a single person or whatever have on a business. So that is, let's put it in that mindset and answer.
Alright. So I feel myself tangenting again, but I'll answer your question. Obviously, it would be very noticeable. As I'll reiterate once again. Mm-hmm. Yes, it would be very noticeable because there would be mess on the table, there would be unflushed
How
toilets,
would you feel
there would be vomit.
when you see that? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Would you feel like you want to continue working there?
Hold on. All right, let me just tell you my standpoint on it, because the whole scenario that you actually gave a while ago, Robin, based on what I am asking, because Ronaldo and I have actually agreed already. We actually agree upon the situation already. We feel comfortable at working as long as we like our job, the job that we imagine ourselves to do for free. We wouldn't have a problem if I get the same pay as everybody else, because in my head, I don't know if I the same thing for another, but in my head, everybody's job is important. If the job never important, we would not need you. But there is this system of your job is more so important than my job.
Exactly.
And that is why one person get more paid than the other person. Now, here what gonna happen? No, let's say that for 3 days the janitors them don't show up. and you have toilets in there where don't flush. And me will want drop a load. You know what me I gonna do? I am going to go in the elevator and I am going to go home to use the bathroom. That is what I am going to do. Now let me also explain to you what happens at my company. When you are not at work, the client doesn't send any money to the company. So I work in the BPO sector, and for those of you who don't know, the BPO, so let's say you have a blue box. That is the general company. Inside that blue box, there are little yellow boxes, and each yellow box represents a different company that the BPO houses. As a client. As a client. So I work for, so me and you can work in the same company, but we work for different clients. Now, each client sends money to that BPO company based on you coming to work. So let's say I am worth $100. If I don't show up to work, then the company loses $100. When the joint time don't come at work, and me want to drop a load and me go my yard, you immediately lose $100. You immediately use $100. Not only that, cars get backed up in the queue because there are supposed to be 10 persons there, and each person gets 30 calls within an hour. Now the 30 calls over me don't get that filter out to the next people. No, I don't know if it's me alone. I forgot my yard, go use the bathroom. I don't know if it's me alone can let's say the lunchroom messed up in a way where they can't eat inside, so you have to go across the road now. When they go across the road now, you end up being late from your shift now. You miss some calls. So what I'm simply saying is that a janitor not being at work, a lot of people don't see the great impact of that, but it is an impact. And the reason why they are important, because we do not have the time. I don't know if it's not so me grow, but a lot of persons who work in a company don't have the time to clean up after themselves. So now we now have to employ somebody to do it for you, because seeing that you cannot do it yourself, we now need, and it is important for you to clean up after yourself. Because you cannot do it yourself now, we have to hire somebody to do it for you. Because if you are in an untidy environment, there will be no work is not going to be done. So me just say, we think of it as a job that is, anybody can do it, and them easily replaceable and all of that. And we have seen where that is the case. But Robin, I can tell you, the account that I work on, there are agents, and above us, there are team managers, there are quality analysts, there are senior quality analysts, there are operations managers, there are senior operations managers, and I'm telling you, operations manager left the work, and tomorrow there's a new operations manager. Quality analysis left the work, and 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks might be long to you, but in the actual business, that is not a long time. For 2 weeks, somebody else fill a position. Trainer gone, in 5 days, somebody else is there. So just as much as you think that a janitor is easily replaceable and a CEO isn't, trust me, there is somebody sitting and waiting to take your spot, even if it is for a short time. Somebody is there ready to fill it. So nobody's job no more important, nobody's job and nobody no more easily replaceable than the next one. So the system, as I said, it is what it is, and it is unfortunate that it is, and it has to be that way because money is an incentive, because people don't like the work that they're doing. Exactly. So you have to use money as an incentive, because if it is that you don't like the work that you're doing, of course you're going to want to do it for the money. No, you're going to see that concept of going up and getting more money. First off, if you like the work, will be more so of, I don't want to talk too long, but imagine you being in one department as an accountant and you say, overproduction, I don't feel like overproduction department are going good. And I feel like I could have really, this from my experience, I could have shut up the whole of production, the production department and do a better job. So a lot of people don't see it as moving across the playing field and getting a specific skill set, but as I said, going up the ladder and being more financially stable, which people ain't the way to go, telling you.
Alright, and just want to put some clarification. When Casper says shut up, Guys.
Oh yes.
I was gonna say it as
Yes,
well.
that's an all. That's an all
a
term. That's an all term.
It doesn't necessarily mean with firearms.
With firearms,
It
no.
means just to go over there and
Excel.
bring it to
Do
exactly.
well. Do
Yes.
extremely well.
Bring it to a different level of production,
Yeah,
higher level
yeah.
of production.
But-
And again, I want to also touch on the influence, because I believe that's where we went with the whole janitor situation. How much influence does a janitor have on a successful business, like a huge successful business? And I think that's where we went in to say, if you remove the janitor, how much it would impact the business. Personally, how I was thinking about it was, if you remove I believe the janitors, custodians, or whatever you want to call them, they set the atmosphere for the business. They set, like, if the janitors are slipping up, like,
Amen.
personally, personally for me, if the janitors are slipping up, like, I go to work and the first thing I like say, I am working. Let's say the job that nobody wants to do. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody, but I'm a customer service representative. That's a job that a lot of people really dislike, right? And I'm going to a dirty cubicle. It's a dirty. I don't want to be here. But
Yes,
and then when
talk
I do
truth.
come, it's a dirty cubicle. Like,
The slightest
bro.
things turn you off. I'm not gonna lie,
bro,
still.
I would
My
leave the
company-
work.
Yo,
leave
you see, at my
Bro, man,
company,
if you work for less than
in the
that.
urinals,
So-
they put these mats inside the urinals, man, I tell you. The thing them literal art, them like mint scented, I'm telling you. When you jump off the elevator and the bathroom is right in front, I'm like, like it does something for my morning. And for tell people say, like the urinal mat give me a little extra oomph to my day. Like people that say like, you like you're serious, but I say like, I still say, but don't know one
so
did it. But you know this little part of the atmosphere,
the whole
help.
atmosphere just clean and
Yeah.
welcome
Alright.
in a way. Which is why the
Alright.
story that you gave was so powerful, Ryan. I don't even understand the power of the story that
Of
you
the-
gave with
exactly.
the janitor who has his atmosphere happy, like have him all
Exactly.
and quit. Brother, you know
Yeah.
how terrible our atmosphere can have in a business where a janitor decides
Exactly.
I do not even want to close this place anymore. These people are draining me, bro. I am going to clean
Alright.
some other building because them people are stressing me out.
Yo, you
I
can't
didn't
imagine that?
even put it in a perspective
That
like
was
that. That
so
is crazy.
powerful, Ryan. They don't
That's
even
crazy.
understand what you say. So the janitor is
really
like,
didn't.
yo, these people just have this negative vibe about them, every day
The
they
man,
come, they're just screwing. I don't want to
even
be here
pay
anymore.
attention to the trash. The
low
man did
is-
okay
bro.
with him trash. But the people them
Exactly.
saw the man. Oh, we can't imagine that,
Bro, we don't even
The trash no make you leave the work. The people make you leave the work. Bomba.
I believe so. I believe
Wow.
so for you, man.
Wow, that is very
Alright,
powerful.
so a question that I wanted to ask both you and Casper was that, being that we talked about like persons' positions who are not seen as valuable, even though they are very impactful.
Yeah.
How about like, for instance, what are your thoughts on like alright, so say for instance you're like Jeffrey Bezos. So he has like around how much is his net worth again? I think it's 270 plus billion US dollars.
Yeah.
So now what are your thoughts on like persons like the regular people like me and you? Like think that just because he's making that much money, regular persons like me and you are obligated to have that much money. Like, oh, he makes too much money. He should be using that money to take care of the rest of the environment and whatnot and what for it.
All right. No.
What are your thoughts on that?
No.
Cause that, oh my god, that gets me heated so
All
much.
right. No, in my opinion, no, you did use one word, which is environment. And for I think person's supposed to know it. I don't know if it is. I know if you're new, then I am really into geography, not just into it as a subject or discipline, but more so kind of as a lifestyle. I am very, very. I said it in an interview the other day that when I am imagining myself, I don't just imagine me. I imagine the environment itself, and I imagine people in my imagination doesn't just consist of me. I'm never just thinking about myself, and I take my physical space into my into consideration. And I think that for a lot of persons, especially successful people, it is not the case. And for example, I watched a video where somebody was pitching a business idea to his friend, and there was a really big gap because he was really concerned about, like, you know, making sure that the product was environmentally friendly and such and such. And the person kept on, it wasn't intentional, but the person kept on coming up with ideas that would actually be some sort of
harmful to the
environment because they didn't take it into consideration. Let me just say, I think about the money and no, not the money. They were thinking about the engineering side of it, but not so much the environmental side of it. Now, what I would say as a geographer and taking the environment into consideration, yes, you have a lot of money. I understand that, and it is very good to invest your money in the livelihood of persons. I'm not going to tell you to just walk away and just dash your money or be one of them people where you just drive a plane over a city and just make money rain down. I think that is a complete waste. If it is that you are going to have billions of dollars and you are going to say, all right, I'm going to invest in a research facility for cancer, I'm going to invest in building community centers so that inner city children can become better people in society, I think that is a good use of your money. The issue I'm having when it comes on to persons having an extreme amount of wealth is having wealth and use it to the foolishness that I think aren't necessary, which ultimately cause great damage to the environment. So let me give you a really great example. There's this very famous celebrity that has a toilet. I think about it all the time. I think about it on a daily basis. Two celebrities. One celebrity has a golden toilet. A toilet that is not made, not completely out of gold, but it is I guess what I want to say, gold plated. Thank you for that. And now another celebrity has an electronic toilet. The electronic toilet is what pissed me off the most because it takes a lot of electricity to press a lot of buttons to get a toilet to flush and play music and vibrate and all that. I think that I want a regular toilet that I sit on,
in the bathroom,
do my business and kindly flush it and move on. So I think that it was people like to tell me that, oh, when you have a whole heap of money, you can't do anything and all that. And I think that yes, there are some things that I do when I get money, which is I usually people not to know. See, when you get money, food is first thing that comes to my mind, which I'm trying to curb. But as I said, I'm very conscious with the environment, so certain things I don't see myself doing and don't see myself getting. So just to answer your question, because I never want to forget that, right? I wanted to keep your question in mind. But I remember your question. But
no, not the audacity. Just be patient with me. Robin.
Yes.
Robin. Okay.
So yeah, because we know Sir Ronaldo never jump in at some point. Now to answer your question. In regards to persons being rich and not deserving that or should share with me, you don't have to share your wealth with me. Your wealth is your wealth. You work hard for what you have, go about and do it. I'm more so concerned, even though it's not my money and I did not work for it, I am, however, concerned with what you spend your money in. Even though I cannot control that and I don't want to control that because I don't know you, and as I'm saying, you work your money, get your success and all that, do what you want. But I would kindly ask or implore people, take your environment into consideration, because the foolishness that you decide to do just because you have money is very detrimental to this is detrimental. So I would more so say, if you want to use your money to do something and you don't know what to do with, invest in people. Don't give your money away to people, but you can invest it in people.
And I agree with that as well.
How I was going to answer this question, Robin and Casper, was go directly into answering the question and then I'll explain myself. That was going to be my original response before Robin spoiled it. But anyways, by mentioning that, I wasn't paying attention. Well, I was paying attention to the fact that Casper started off talking about the environment, and I was like, in my head, I was like, how did we reach here? I thought he was talking about like what if I think I deserve some of Jeff Bezos' money, how the environment drop in. But anyways, no, I do not think that I deserve some of Jeff Bezos' money. For two reasons. One, Jeff Bezos. Alright, first thing, Jeff Bezos being worth 2 million or whatever amount of money.
Get it correct.
Billion or whatever amount
Don't
of money.
water down the man net worth.
Anyways, him being worth
and you're living in a space
that much money isn't really based on how much money Jeff Bezos have It's really based on how much, I would say, how much investments or how much assets is accredited to Mr. Jeff Bezos. No, this guy has like, I think he's the one who, I know he's the one who like owns Amazon, right? So I know that. So Amazon is a very big corporation that has like probably billions of employees. So imagine all of those people's,
but I think you read so much,
like money or whatever being accredited to, or the amount of money those people are actually allowing other people to spend, or their little influences being accredited to one person. Jesus Christ, that's not what I found it. That's like allowed. But imagine all of their wealth being accredited to one person. He's not really doing $2 billion worth of work. But he has just given a lot of people the opportunity to create wealth for themselves. I know because of his influence in that, it's accredited to him. So because Jeff Bezos is flesh and blood like me, it's just that Jeff Bezos had a really good idea, made a really good investment, and affected a lot of lives. So no, I do not believe that Jeremy Watson, who is a junior in university, deserve even $20 out of the man money, because I barely can influence a little club of people to do something, to do a project. To do a project. Bro. So no. And then I always go back to, I guess these people really grind my gears. I always go back to the people in the world who believe that they should not do any work. They have no drive to do anything. Yo. To be taken care of. It is so annoying. Like, I hate it.
It is extremely annoying. And I think that continue Ronaldo.
So because of that, I'm like, no, people should not think that you guys deserve any of the guys' money, because even if you did get it, going to CrSquared, you're going to waste it.
Yo, I want to say something. I remember one time where my father lives. So I'm giving you the story. So one day I got the shop, right? And me hear a big discussion. I know everybody there, they are cussing all that, because them are cussing and say, yo, get out, I know one place, I want people. And I'm saying, whoa, this is possibly the most constructive discussion ever anyway in my life.
It's like a mindset.
Never. I'm saying, blow. What killed it is the stupid responses that I heard, because as I say, people, because they must say, because the thing with I realize with a lot of I'm never give an example anywhere outside of the world, but with Jamaicans, and we just want to tie it into what Ronaldo is actually saying in terms of one person work and do him thing and rich. We didn't forget out of this idea of wanting to be successful and not having to do anything. So the conversation was that ghetto is a place and not a people. It is the environment that creates the ghetto and not the people who creates the ghetto. Now, one side note that was so funny about that conversation, the definition was read to say that ghetto is a group of people situated in a place, yada yada yada, and therefore confirming that the ghetto is actually the mindset of the people. However, it was so funny to me that they read it in those exact words and still said, and the man still turned around and said, see, get out of the place. And I'm saying, apparently reading is happening here, but no understanding is happening here. So, and it was the first time, and that conversation really made me think, to say, whoa, really and truly, and people don't realize that if it is that we took them up and put them in our nice community in a cherry gardens, there is the possibility. There's a grand possibility. No, there's a grand possibility that they would turn cherry gardens into a ghetto. Hold on. Because the assumption is that a nice house with fully furnished with a good lawn is not going to influence you to do something, but the thing is that they don't know what it is that they have to do in order to maintain that. And if you don't know what it is that you're doing, of course it's not going to turn back into the ghetto, because the ghetto can be more than what it is if it is that people do what they're supposed to do, which is to get a job and simply work and invest back into where you live. Because the ghetto is how it is because people fight against them one another and compete in a space that you don't need to compete in. I mean, when I look at where I live, I say, alright, said that road is not bad. Maybe if everybody did like, you have your little soup stand and you have your little jerk chicken stand and cars pass through, or you influence people for saying you drive here and can buy instead of shoot up the people and rob them all the time. Of course, it could have worked.
Because I have a story to share because a lot of people complain because ghetto is everywhere. I believe ghetto is everywhere in the world except the places
every country
has where
I just think that it is not as it's not as great as other places, but it is everywhere.
It is everywhere. Yeah, so even in the States, we have some projects, whatever, right? Projects they call them, right? And even in those projects, there's so many. So I currently work in the office of the president, right? So I know that there's so many.
Wow.
Hold on, you being serious?
Well, not the White House. The office of the president of my university.
Jesus, what I'm saying. I say, whoa, when this happened?
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, so there's so many programs and opportunities that they actually give to these. They literally are always working to improve the inner city, always. So there's this one situation I heard of recently when I was speaking to a friend that there is something that the United States did for those who were, I think it was the same unemployment thing, but she said that she knew someone who was getting like $800 a week for 3 months. $800 a week for 3 months, $800 US, almost $1,000 a week for 3 months. No, I work 2 weeks and I get paid $517. Imagine getting $1,600 in my 2 weeks of work.
Yeah.
Brother. That's like, anyways, that's a whole heap of money.
Yeah.
3,000 odd a month, right? 3 months. Yeah. Whole heap of money. And the guy is still where he is.
Barely 200.
Because when he gets that $800, buy alcohol,
just wasted.
Buy weed, buy all kind of foolishness, buy clothes, buy all kind of foolishness when not really influence where I'm gonna be tomorrow. So they have so many programs that they like get the ghetto people to get involved in to better themselves because they don't know, they don't have the mindset to really take advantage of it. They just don't really.
That is such a valid point, Ronaldo, because I am a firm believer of you don't give people money. I feel like you give them opportunities. Make them invest in themselves. Show them, say, you just basically build up yourself so you can get some out of life. You don't just give them money because that can probably feed them for no. Yeah. If you give them knowledge, then them can do something with themselves and end up feed themselves forever.
Exactly.
But some people don't want that. I used to feel so bad. I used to feel so bad because when we used to walk past them, I used to say, boy, I know I have it, and I don't give it to them. But then after it is that I was made aware of that. No, the thing is that I now say I pass everybody and give it to them and don't give it to them. But there are instances, just to give you an example, I think this week, sitting on the bus ride, I'm having my earphone in my ears. First of all, Robin, I don't like nobody pissed at me with my earphone in my ears. First of all, that is my cue to every living being in the world. I don't care if you're one rat, one tree, and the Holy Spirit itself. Back up. Wait until this song is over, and that is your time to approach. And remember, I look out because I listen to music and I look up on the clothes them and I say, that look like a car, such and such and such. And I only feel an aggressive tap on my shoulder. And when I turn around, this person had to make me take my earphone out of my ears and say, I only heard a mumble of saying, we should bring this society money. And there was a card. There was mumbling, there was the word money, and there was a card. And I'm telling you, there was no thought. It was my natural reaction to take out the money and give it. And I'm telling you, as much as my body, I don't know if there's a little part in my brain where you say, all right, and the right thing for to do it. And I tell you, say, when we give the $50 and put my earphone back in my ears, I feel the rage rise from my toe, go up all to my head, and then I put in my earphone and say, all right, maybe this person did really need it and I will use it, for something important, and I will become the next president or whatsoever, and I'm going to accept it and move on, because at the end of the day, it done gone. Move on with your life, boss man. And that is how me have approach it, approach the situation. But I do understand what Robin has said, and that's how we try to implement now. To be honest, how society around now, we can't just be giving you the money like that,
No,
you know.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way.
Don't
But
believe
if I
that,
do
no.
give it, I will try to give it with a willing heart.
But yeah, I completely agree, Casper. But I think we're out of time.
Of course, we're out of time.
I
I hope say nobody that come with another point.
No, man, I just didn't want to answer. I just want to answer like my original question when we did ask one. For just for sure, my point of view on it. Like
Alright.
I am like I know when you work, like when you're basically worth a lot or you have like a lot of funds, I can completely understand like it's good to like invest back into your country, or invest into people, so like them can help build up the whole society and basically improve the quality of life for everybody. When everybody work together, like everybody basically get more out of life together. But there's a point where like I always hear it, like I hear it in YouTube videos, I hear it like on Instagram, I hear it like basically all over social media. Like they're always targeting these billionaires. Like I can understand like when they invest in stuff, like you can't really see the impact of it or the purpose of it yet. But when you're going to say like, oh, I feel like this person Jeff
He's
Bezos,
too
for
rich.
example, I feel like Jeff Bezos, yes, he's too rich, he should share this money with us, or oh, I feel like he has too much money, he should take this money and give to these people and such and such. I'm like, are you the one who worked for that money? Do you know how much blood, sweat and tears goes into that work for them? Well, that are some people, because some people just like grab up money, but like persons who actually build them with, like Jeff Bezos, for example. Do you know how much work or hard work the man had to put in to be able to reap the benefits of all of that he done? And you're just going to say like, oh, he can just give it away to somebody.
It's
or, like,
mine too. He wouldn't be rich without me buying this product.
I am saying, how dare you? And the thing is that too, Casper, like when it's a case here where he was making that money, like a lot of billionaires nowadays, like put the people them who have so much talk into for them position, them not going to get anywhere. Them more times than not, them not going to get anywhere. The old people just do what the word? Like people only see like people so material, people so materialistic.
Yeah.
Them not see the investment, them not see the hard work, them not see the sleepless nights. Like you have like persons like Elon Musk. Like I never did know this, and up till now I still find.
You can't believe that you just
that.
had talk about wrap up a while ago about overtime.
No,
Can you
but
believe
I
that?
so finished.
Continue.
Anyways. So like a person like Elon Musk. You didn't know. So like when Elon Musk did that build, like I think it was Tesla. When he first did that build Tesla, you know that the man never did have money to pay for rent in his office, and the man literally slept on the ground. I'm like, wow, they get up.
Can you imagine that?
I'm saying, and you know what that tells me? Like the drive to want to do all of that shit. Put somebody who have so much talk in that position, sleep on which ground, leaving there and then spending money like for all this unnecessary foolishness. So whenever I hear persons talking about, the thing is just that some of them don't really say it specifically, but some of them give this vibe like, oh, I'm entitled to all this money that he's making. Like, first of all, bitch, you ain't entitled to shit, because you was not the person who worked for it. You never put in all of that shit for it. So the man not obligated for doing none of this. Like, it's good for the society, it can be good, but he's not obligated to do it.
Which is right. Which is correct.
So that is all. I don't get off my chest. So I'm not gonna say no more because I don't want to go any more further than
All right, good.
Alright,
guys.
Ronaldo, wrap it up.
Yo, I did promise to engage in conversation, guys, and trust me, it's a good start, a very good start. So, thank you again for listening. Wake up if you're not listening right now, because I know that I personally rambled a bit. So, wow. But yes,
I know what at this spot to Ronaldo might get on a time for talk, but me, I have to like.
No, man, everybody talk, man. Everybody talk,
man. No, man. I think everybody gets just the right amount of time for talk, man. I think we did very well.
Debatable.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to another episode, and final words from me is, we're starting this one off as a banger. We're gonna keep the bangers coming.
Why am I no say
Alright.
Just no say that.
People. So from me, hope you actually enjoyed the topic itself, and I'm hoping to think about it. Because as I say, from my standpoint, especially for the point where Robin will actually be, really important for spending money wisely. Do things that benefit we, but also, as I said, take on the space into consideration. How we deal with it and all that. And really, people, it's very important and teach it to the local youth them to get a job where you like. It is so important. I have to tell people about financial stability and all of that. But if the penny can't sing and I singing them one do and that's going to make them happy, let them do that.
Make him do the singing. Alright, so I guess all that's left for me to say is just like, later guys, it's been a good first episode. Hope there should be more in the future. And with that being said, later.
Later.